Hey everybody, how's it going? Alan here for the slightly late, I don't know why I'm looking at my watch. Well, slightly late, it's a fucking day late, isn't it? Looking at my watch ain't gonna help me with that. I was at a stag do over the weekend, meaning that yesterday I wasn't quite up to the challenge of putting one of these videos out. We were living it up at a spa, being the lads we are. We were actually booked on a hen party visit, so it's probably quite a surprise for them when a group of lads turned up and started like playing Marco Polo and Bulldog in the swimming pool. You shouldn't do that at spas is what I've learned. I've been told that that's bad spa etiquette. I also learned that deep tissue massages are pretty much somewhere between like central massage here, torture here. I would say that deep tissue massages hit somewhere around, probably around here. So they're definitely closer to torture than they are to like central massage. I wasn't really sure about all the things we were going to talk about this week, and then of course over the weekend a shit ton of new trailers hit because of San Diego Comic-Con. Starting off, let's talk about Ready Player One. The story focuses around a boy called Wade who lives in the stacks. These are basically the future equivalent of slums. They are literally camper vans and caravans stacked on top of each other. Now at this point in time, students, businesses, everything, so much stuff runs through this thing called the Oasis. The Oasis is a huge open source MMO virtual reality world. Basically, Wade is something called a gunter, which is an egg hunter. After the death of one of the original creators of the Oasis, he left a clue which would lead on a treasure hunt, which eventually, for whoever solved it first, would give them his share of the company. This has led to people dedicating their lives to finding these clues. They've been searching for like 20 years and no one's found one. Well, Wade is the first person to find one, and then the story follows him on his adventures and some of his friends as they attempt to find the rest of the clues. The original creator of the Oasis is a huge fan of the 80s, so there are tons of references to 80s films, 80s games, 80s music. And when it was originally decided that this book was going to be picked up to become a film, that had to be quite concerning because there are so many licenses you would need to clear to be able to make this. Literally anything you want in this world you can have. You got fuckers flying around in DeLoreans, you've got Slave One flying about. It's just a huge clusterfuck. Imagine if you just said to people, hey, we've got this open world, just build what you want in it. Now to embody that probably was going to be a huge job. Now Steven Spielberg signed on to direct the film and the trailer has just gone out for it, the very first trailer. And I have to say that I am concerned. It looks like Michael Bay's Transformers fucked J.J. Abrams' Star Trek. Like, it's just full of stuff smashing into stuff. There's this huge race scene in the trailer which looks like it's been put in there just so they can smash some stuff up. There's a dude riding on the back of a robotic scorpion. I don't remember that bit being in the book. Now, it hasn't got to be exactly the same as the book. Ernest Cline has written the screenplay, so, you know, being as they've got the original writer on board, hopefully it's just going to be the same story but told in a slightly different way, or at least have the same heart to it the original story had. But this trailer has left me pretty concerned right now. Drawing it back, some stuff has been done really well. The stack looks amazing, like that looks spot on, like just how it should look. And there's this part in the book where they go to this huge club and there are people kind of flying around in the air dancing. That stuff all looks wicked. The next trailer reveal I want to talk about is Stranger Things. Now this has done the pop culture references so much better than Ready Player One because it keeps them subtle. In the trailer you see the kids playing Dragon Lair in the arcade, you see them wearing Ghostbusters outfits at Halloween, and you get to hear a little bit of Thriller from Michael Jackson. That's all it needs. That plants it right in the 80s. I'm really excited to see Stranger Things Season 2. I think everyone can agree that Season 1 was one of the biggest shows that Netflix has had so far. I'm interested to see where they go with this second season. After all, there are a lot of open-ended plot elements after the first season. If you haven't watched Season 1 of Stranger Things, definitely go and check it out. It is a great show and it embodies the classic horror films of that time perfectly. So next I want to talk about something that when I saw there was a trailer out for it, I actually went, oh God, not again, because I know I'm going to have to watch it, but I almost can't bear it. And that is The Walking Dead. It's no secret that they pad those seasons like a motherfucker. You could easily get away watching 4 episodes in that season. The first episode of the season, the one just before the mid-season break, the one just after the mid-season break, and the very last episode of the season. You don't need to watch any others. They are just filler crap. The reason I talk about the fact that the seasons are over long is that I was like, right, I'm going to watch the trailer, deep breaths, You can do this, Alan. You've got this. I went to load up. That fucking thing's 5.5 minutes long. 2 minutes. That's all the trailer needs to be. And if they've made it 5 minutes long, that's probably all the good stuff from the whole season in there. Like, either they've put every good bit from the season in there, or they've managed to pad the trailer with shit. But I can't bear watching it. I might have to. Oh, I'm going to have to, aren't I? Oh, God, I'm going to have to watch it, aren't I? Like, I feel bad slating it without watching it now, but I know it's going to be shit. Right here, right now, I'm going to put up what I thought of the trailer. So there you go. It's a little bit of a vision of the future. So it's nice. I'll be able to watch the episode. I'll be able to watch this episode as well and go, oh, that's what you thought of it. Anyway, that's all the things from Comic-Con that I really want to talk about. Oh, I missed out the Thor trailer. I can't say much more about Marvel trailers. It looks good. They always do. Interested to see that the Hulk has started to look more and more like Eric Bana. No, he hasn't started to look more like Eric Bana. He used to. It would be interesting if the Hulk did look more like Eric Bana. He used to play the Hulk. The Hulk has started to look more like Mark Ruffalo. And he's now speaking. So, you know, I thought that would happen eventually, but he's become very chatty for the fact that I don't think he said anything at all in the second Avengers movie. Seeing the Hulk and Thor together, they were the best bit in the original Avengers movie, and I'd like it if this one was like a little road trip. I know it's not going to be, but that would be hilarious. That should Marvel, if you watch this, next film, Hulk and Thor road trip. That's what it should be about. Anyway, that's everything I want to talk about to do with Comic-Con. Next thing I want to talk about is Game of Thrones. Now, what are we going to talk about? Are we going to talk about Daenerys making her way across the sea? Are we going to talk about that uncomfortably long scene of Sam cleaning out shit, putting in some soup, cleaning out shit, putting in some soup? What we're going to talk about is Ed Sheeran and his performance, which led to the internet losing its fucking mind. And I can understand where they were coming from, because it was a weirdly uncomfortable scene. It was like they were going, oh, we've spent the last 6 seasons making all these Lannisters look like a bunch of fucking assholes. We need to do something that shows that there are some good ones as well. So they took the saintliest bunch of Lannister soldiers and put them all together. Oh, here you go, girl. Have some of our rabbit. Have the first bit. Have some wine. We've just finished brewing it. I can't wait to get back to my wife and kiddie winks. Hey, Ed Sheeran, sing us another fucking song. Do-de-do-do-do-do. When she first gets there, there's literally the words like, oh, is that a well-known song? No, it's a new one. Wink.
I've never heard it before.
It's a new one.
I do feel bad to the guy, because this led to him getting so much flack on Twitter, and he didn't deserve it. You know, he just wanted. He's clearly a fan of Game of Thrones. Maisie Williams is apparently a fan of his. They wanted him to appear in it for her. Unfortunately, he was never going to get anything but shit on Twitter afterwards, was he? He was never going to get, hey, Ed, top job. Hope they make your role recurring. You're the tits. He was always going to get, hey, Ed, you're a knob. Right, last thing I really want to talk about is something that looks absolutely awesome. It's a real quick thing I saw. They're bringing out a Star Wars hotel where you can go and you can stay and you get to have little adventures. You get to be part of the Star Wars world. That you get there, they give you a costume, you put it on, then you get to have a little adventure at some point. I don't really know how it's going to work. The hotel, it's not open for like 2 years yet. I don't want to be a Jedi, that's boring. Let me be a bounty hunter. Let me just be... I wouldn't mind just being a bartender in the Star Wars world. Let me have a little adventure where I'm tending bar. That guy comes in who's like, he doesn't like you. I don't like you. That guy. You know, the one who didn't like Luke, the one who they cut off. Well, I came in last week. There was this young lad. I didn't like the look of him, so I might have started a fight. Then some old bastard came over and cut my hand off. And I'll be like, yeah, I see. It's a hard life, innit, Mr. Weird-faced man. My only concern is that everyone's story is going to be that they're going to be a Jedi or a Sith or something really obvious. I want someone to walk up to the check-in desk and then the person be like, oh yeah, 1 second, let me just find out about what your job role is. Oh, yes, Mr. Smith. You're a cleaner? You're cleaning on the Death Star. Okay, so if you report down that way, they'll sort you out with your scrubbing brush. And, yeah, that'll be fine. And the guy's like, oh, I'm going to have an adventure. Yeah, you could. But I'm sorry, someone's pissed on the pod racer simulator again. Mr. Smith, would you mind going over there and cleaning up the pit? Oh, yeah, this is part of your storyline, Mr. Smith. Don't you worry. You are going to do some exciting stuff, Mr. Smith. just go and clean up the Pod Racer Simulator. Last thing I want to talk about, and I'm not going to go into loads of details on it, is the Humble Telltale bundle. That's right, the guys who brought out the bundle I spoke about last week are now doing a Telltale Games bundle. So they've got loads of stuff in there. Like, obviously there's the 3 tiers like I told you about last week. I think the top tier one's like $15, but for the amount of stuff you get in there, you're getting so many games in that. It's a wicked deal. Anyway, that's it for this week's weekly rundown. If you've enjoyed it, then please remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you next week for another rundown.